Wow, so your brother actually made this next video on Velkhana? RWBY asked. Yep. No one else was doing my baby justice, so he decided to. Katana said while petting Glacies. So, is he closer to Strawfoot or Rage? Yang asked. Well, you'll see what you watch, Katana said. A hunter in a strange outfit giving him the look on some aquatic assassin was on the back of a Velkhana, stabbing it in the back repeatedly in an attempt to bring it down. I wonder if anyone's made a lore on Velkhana? He wondered. Suddenly, a YouTube search was shown, revealing that there was indeed no videos to inform people on the iceborne wyvern. Wait, seriously? There's no lore on one of the most important in history here? He questioned. How? Surely, a creature of such importance should be widely known about and greatly discussed. Glinda said. Agreed. Not spreading the information on such creatures is completely asinine. Ironwood agreed. Right. Surely, this knowledge would be widespread and sought after. If only just for the basics to prepare if you encounter one. Winter added. Well, sadly, I guess no one wanted to take the time before my brother. Katana said with a shrug. Suddenly, a massive gauntlet was front and center in a vault, someone walking up to claim it. Fine. I'll do it myself. A deep-voiced man said as he put the gauntlet on, his face never being shown. What was that? RWBY said fearfully. He only said one thing, but I got the biggest sense of danger I've ever felt from him. Blake said. I can't tell you that now. But you will know his name eventually. Katana told them dramatically. Suddenly, a Velkhana dove out of the sky and pulled up, holding itself in the air above the previously seen hunter, along with a fair-skinned girl around Winter's age and an older tan woman. Velkhana. The iceborne wyvern. An elder dragon as elegant and beautiful as it is powerful and terrifying. Sai declared. Capable of freezing creatures, completely solid. It was once thought that a Velkhana was the cause of the strange happenings in the New World, shortly after the completion of the Elder Crossing investigation. He explained as the girl noticed the crystal in her hand was similar to the scales on Velkhana's chest. The dragon then shot a beam of ice out of its mouth, freezing a couple of small flying creatures solid in an instant, before it flew off. Strange happenings? Like what? Yang asked. I'm sure he's going to explain. Weiss told her. That's your first concern, not that it just froze those things solid. Nora demanded. The freezing temperature that would require would have to be around liquid nitrogen levels of freezing. Penny said in shock. And we used to think Atlas was cold. Cinder said, subconsciously making a fireball in her hands to warm herself from the cold she was imagining. What was with that weird cut back to when he introduced it, though? Crow asked. He said the wrong name, so he messed with it in editing. Whenever something like that happens, assume he messed up and edited to cover it. Katana said. Velkhana was then shown to have been downed, but got back up in a cloud of mist. It appeared to have chased a massive flock of Legiana out of their natural home in the Coral Highlands, and then even beyond, into the ancient forest and then to an entirely new landmass. Sai explained, before the Velkhana dispersed it with a flap of its wings, freezing the ground around the two of them, revealed to have a strange ice armor as it glared at Sai, appearing to challenge him. "Ooh, your brother's one tough hunter if he's willing to 1v1 that thing," Neo said. "Well, we do this kind of thing for a living," Katana told her. One monster could really cause all these weird events and chase off a whole flock of other monsters to a whole new landmass? That's insane, John shouted. It must be truly terrifying if an entire flock was willing to flee that far from it. Ren agreed. Hey, she said it earlier with Kirin, elder dragons are the impossible. Coco reminded them. As the name, the Iceborn Wyvern would suggest, Velkhana is a master of controlling the element of ice. Able to release powerful beams of frozen water from its mouth and even chilling the air around it to such levels of sub-zero temperature to create massive ice walls that both serve as barriers and shields from the attacks of hunters and walls to trap hunters within, allowing Velkhana to effortlessly finish them with one final move. He listed Velkhana's abilities involving ice as he fought against the beast, which employed many of the moves he spoke of. Such strategy, covering both offense and defense perfectly. Pyrrha noted in awe. Wow. Team RWBY, you guys could totally use that. Velvet told them. Yeah. Weiss traps them in a little ice jail with standing room only, then I'd jump in with them and lay a serious smackdown. No dodging and weaving around that with your fancy cartwheels. Yang said, smirking at Neo. I don't know about that one, kiddo. What if you start to get in trouble? Then you're trapped in there with them when they're supposed to be trapped with you. Crow told her. Capable even, then, of freezing the air in such a way as to create a suit of ice armor for itself, making it that much more hunters to truly damage along with its various ice walls and impressive agility and flight with which to evade said hunters. It also strangely has a unique relationship of the Legiana, an apex predator also with the power of ice, normally found in the Coral Highlands. It is believed the Velkhana displaced the Legiana and then took on a select few with which to imbue with some of its own powers. The method of how this is done is currently unknown. All that is known is that this creates a variant known as a Shrieking Legiana, able to create similar ice armor to Velkhana, albeit to a much smaller degree, making it seem more like it has some form of ice fur. But Velkhana's control over ice is overwhelming and, quite honestly, terrifying. It was even able to begin freezing over all of the New World, the new continent of Celiana and the Hoarfrost Reach, included. Sai explained as he continued to fight Velkhana, the ice armor evident on the creature. Ice armor, Cinder said, making an ice ball in her palm. Maybe I should try that. She considered. Any dust wielder proficient with ice could attempt this. I might think to try it myself as well. And you should consider it as well, Weiss Winter agreed. I will, Winter. But to think one creature could freeze over an entire continent. Weiss said, shocked. It makes that Orosher Kirin rage, talked about seem like just a snow pony by comparison. Blake declared, wide-eyed in fear and shock. The demon and the dragon were then facing off in an area